Welcome to Rhythm and Roads. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest with us. We have writer, director, and actress Helloe.n.Cole of wherever that may be. And this is the Femme Frontera Film Festival interview series. So, welcome, Ian.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, pleasure to have you back on.
Pleasure to be here. I was gonna say nice to meet you, but
Right?
it's
Congrats
not
again
the
on your
first time.
film. I know, yeah. That's funny. And congrats on your film, wherever that may be, showing at the festival this year.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's our second festival so far.
That's cool. Have you ever been to this festival prior?
I think one other time, I think it was 2023, I
Oh, okay.
was selected to be a pitcher for Pitch Fest. So that's when I
Oh, nice.
originally first pitched the idea. And then with that, we were able to go to the festival and experience it for the first time
Very
and
cool.
all of that. So I'm really excited to go back with
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual finished film of everything that I shared
Oh, good.
that day, the final product. So it's really cool. I'm excited.
Well, that's cool. I'm very excited for you. Yeah. Now, for those that don't know your story and all that, let's start with the journey of Ian Cole,
Okay.
of just the background of who you are, and just where you're from, and then how you got into filmmaking from there.
Okay. I was like, that's a lot of
Oh,
lore.
actually, we'll do this.
But where I'm
We'll do
from,
in parts.
where, yeah, where I'm from is originally Houston, Texas. My family is from here in Las Cruces, New Mexico,
Okay.
but they moved to Houston, had me. I lived there for 17 years and then came back here. It wasn't completely foreign because we would come visit for the holidays and I knew like my family members of them, but living here was a whole different experience from Houston. But I
Mm.
like both now. I love the city. I like that El Paso is so close to us because I can get a little bit of that if I miss it. And then we have here where there's more mountains and calmness and small city life. But that's what brought me to Las Cruces, at least.
Interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
even know you said you're from Houston.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I even knew that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Houston, Texas.
Very cool.
Different weather.
Different what?
Different weather for
Oh yeah, of
sure.
course. Yeah. Very, it's humid, right? Up there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very humid. And
And,
then what got me started in film
mm,
was I started taking acting classes in Houston. And that's, I wanted to get into film originally, but they didn't have film acting classes at the time.
okay.
So I did theater. And that's kind of what helped me break out of my shell a lot when I was younger. Because I used to be shy. I'll say I was reserved. I don't think I was ever shy. I was just like selectively shy.
Yeah.
And then once I did my first acting class, that was it. I was like, I'm never going back. This is everything I ever wanted in life. I had so much fun, and I think that's
Wow.
kind of what pushed me on the journey where I'm at today. I guess 16 years later.
Wait, you're telling me that you really just didn't want to do acting as at all after your first experience that didn't go well?
No, no, I loved acting. That's what I mean. Is like when I did my first acting class, that was it. Like I loved it
Oh,
so
you
much.
loved
Like
it. I'm sorry. I heard
yeah, I
something
didn't.
like, "Well, I never want to do this again," or
Oh no, that's the only thing that I wanted to
"Oh, I
do.
see. I
So that
misunderstood
kind
that."
of pushed me into the realm of film
I
acting when I
oh, I
got
see.
here to Cruises.
Okay.
There's a film scene in Houston, but it's to my knowledge not as big and diverse.
Oh, I see.
So when I got here and there was more opportunity to act or at least be in background and learn, I jumped I jumped
Okay.
at that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, especially New Mexico and everything about it with that. Yeah, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
then so 16 years you've already been doing it, huh?
I want to say
Wow,
16.
it's a long
My
time.
math right, maybe a little more.
That's cool. And then the transition from an actress to being in theater, and then what was the point of, hey, I'd like to direct a film?
Oh, that was interesting because I didn't want to direct the film at first. At
No.
first, because I'm like pointing my finger, like, wait, let me explain. From from acting, I've always been a writer too. That's just always been a part of my life. Those two things, and there was so many things that kind of stacked up. That's why when I talk about this whole journey, there's a series of events that
Wow.
guided me here, and one of the ones was I just noticed that there wasn't a lot of representation in certain spaces. Maybe I didn't see as many stories like mine in certain spaces. And I just really like at that time just wanted to be heard because there's a whole community of people who deal with things that I deal with, but sometimes it feels isolating, especially when we're doing things that we enjoy, maybe like in film and media. And I wanted to share my story and kind of, I guess, help open the door because I'm not the first, I'm not the last, but I wanted to share my part of my story, um, in hopes that, others would do the same. And I forgot the first part of the question.
So actually, now that we're in that realm of a topic, if you'd like to share your story on what you're going through with
Oh
how it,
yeah.
and then how that's going to lead up to wherever that may be.
Yeah. So I didn't deal with chronic illness until I was around 23. And even then, we didn't really know what was going on.
Mm,
So before 23, I was happy, healthy, living my life like normal. And
yeah.
slowly but surely, my body started showing symptoms that were not my normal, a lot of pain. And that was years of trying to get a diagnosis.
Mm,
And then finally, I was able to start acting again, doing background again. And that's where I just spoke about, where I was like, I want to see more of our stories. There's a whole group of people that I think like we should share more of our life experience, because at some point disability is going to affect,
yeah.
it's going to affect everybody, whether it's old age, temporary, like
Right.
it's just a part of life. And that's kind of one of the things that helped me to want to write wherever that may be, because that story started out as something completely different until I finally found like exactly what I wanted to say, because the experience at the time was so isolating. I wanted to say everything, at the same
Yeah.
time, like screaming, like, somebody
Yeah.
hear me, like, this is going on. And finally, when I was able to put it down on paper, I spoke to a few people. One of them was Keegan Carnes, who just directed and released Bromance, which is a fun rom-com. If you guys haven't seen it, please go see it. But he's the one who told me, he's like, you're going to direct this. I was like, I'll just stick a flag in it. You're directing this. And I was like, okay. That was it. And that's kind of how I got into the directing aspect of it. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? No, he's right. Because in this way, I can also protect the integrity of the experience as far as chronic illness in the story. And it
Right.
was a great learning experience. And I don't regret one bit of it. So I'm really thankful that he kind of gave me that push.
That push. Look at that.
Yeah.
Or thought, right? Certain people that come in your life for a reason
Yeah.
to help
I
you.
think that's cool.
No, well, I want to say thank you for sharing your story on that, on the chronic illness. And I know it's been such a journey for you.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, from seeing your film, which I did see at the Las Cruces International Film Festival, which, by the way, won the Best New Mexico film. So congrats on that.
Thank you
That's
all.
yeah. But seeing the film though, it's like, yeah, it's like it just saddened me the fact that, and especially getting to know you. I mean, I mean, even the things you have mentioned to me in person, I'm just like, wow, like I don't even think stuff like that. And here you've told me stuff you thought of
Yeah.
by having this, and it's just really like, wow, it's
Yeah.
sad, and just to know there's a lot of people that go through that.
Yeah. It's just one of those things now, being on this side of it. This is my 10th year of dealing with these things and living this way. And being on this side is completely different from when I first started. Because at first I had to unlearn a lot of things that I learned about disability. I
Yeah,
had to take some of that internalized ableism. Like there was so many things that I had learned that was making it harder for me to kind of integrate this new part of my life,
right.
if that makes sense. So there was a lot of mental shifts that needed to
Well, of
happen. And
course. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. And I'm glad we're here.
And now you're still here.
Yeah, still
Alive and
alive.
kicking.
Yeah. That's what I tell people. If I can, like, trigger warning to anyone who doesn't like hearing about health things, but I had congestive heart failure. I'm in remission right now. I'm on the low end good, so I'm trying to work my way back up. But that's one of those things where like life just really shakes you to the core, and that's kind of one of the other factors that like woke me up,
Yeah.
of wanting to write and do all the things that I love, because I had put it on the back burner for so long. And then in dealing with that, I was like, oh, I'm not waiting anymore. Like this is
Yeah, it's
it. Like it's go
like, please don't
time.
wait.
Yeah.
No, and I'm glad that you are at the point now where it's like, no, and now it's all systems go. We're on.
Yeah.
We're going all in.
Yep.
No more waiting, no more, let's put this off. No, we're starting
And I was like, now.
today, now. Like right
Yeah.
now it's what, 12, 10, 12 now.
Yep. I get that.
All right. Well, yeah, so Wherever They May Be is premiering when Saturday, June 7th or 8th at the Femme Frontera Film Fest.
June 7th, I believe it starts at 7 p.m., that film block
Okay.
at the Frontier Film Festival in El Paso.
Nice. It's gonna be such a treat for those that have not seen the film. I'm gonna try to get this interview out before so that way they could
Okay.
we're talking about. But but
Yeah.
and what's the next journey for you on after Wherever That May Be? Do you have another film in the works?
I was gonna say, you tell me. Can we say things? I have other things that I'm working on, but that's gonna be later. I have other stories, other projects that I do want to bring to life.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot of secrets in this room that I think a lot of people could look forward
Oh,
to.
okay. You're like, you tell me. I'm like,
You know.
oh, you mean that part? Oh, I thought you meant my part. I'm all like, okay, I can bring it up. But yes, that's another
Yeah.
secret of yours. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. For those that are probably like, what the hell's going
I feel like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
no, it's just
You guys will find out later. There is things in the works.
yes, there's things in the works. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
You're probably like, all right.
Like why?
Anyway,
That's their teaser for now.
yeah, that's the teaser. That's exclusive insight behind on little news there for you.
I'm excited.
All right. So let's get into the film of directing because for those that are learning to direct and are students or those wanting to improve the skill, what advice can you give from your experience from directing wherever that may be?
I there's a lot. I think for me, especially having spoken to other people, the way that I like to look at the script, like I wrote everything that I had to say. I like the finished product. But when I was done writing as the writer, that was it.
Mm,
Like that now became source material.
okay.
I think that's kind of the mentality that helped me shift of like letting it go. Like, okay, I said what I had to say. Like now it belongs to everybody else,
Yeah.
you know? And I think making it truly a collaborative experience is something that, at least for me, that I try to do because I'm just one brain. I've said that I don't know how many times. I'm just one brain, and I worked with so many, and I got to work on this film with so many talented people who I've worked with before, and I trusted them. So I'm like, here, I was like, here's this thing. What can we do? And I think it's hard because you care so much about the things that you work on and everything. But my advice would be like, try to let go, like just a little bit,
Mm,
like share the idea and share it with other people that you trust and see what grows from that. Because I think obviously like two brains are better than one, and then you have a whole crew.
all right.
And yeah, it's just one of those things of finding balance of obviously as a director, like helping keep things going according to plan, but also being open to when things don't. Like with our story, like we lost power, we went through so many things, and I think we're all happy with the finished product.
I remember that. I remember you mentioning that you lost power. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, oh, the
crazy.
stress on that moment,
Yeah.
huh? All eyes at Ian. So what do
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah. Well, I asked everybody with that one because I wanted to be sensitive to anyone else's needs, not just my own health issues. I just tried to work assuming that other people had those things too and just asked what they wanted to do because it was going to be hot. It was going to be uncomfortable. Um, And yeah, I put it out there. I was like, we can reschedule, but everybody was like, no, we're going to do this. And I love their vision, especially Bardo with the cinematography,
Mhm.
using these shadows to our advantage. And I think most people will see that scene, the dancing scene, and you guys will know.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you want to share the actors that are playing the parts plus, oh, and then we'll move on from there.
Oh yeah, we have Jessica N. Jimenez who plays Rhodes. We have Norma Garcia Ruiz who plays Joe, and then for Kimberly we have Janice Robinson.
And so yes, and Jessica's playing your part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the story is loosely based on my life. And I say loosely because I took different pieces of time and then
Mhm.
fabricated like little pieces. So while Jessica plays Rose, who's me, but it's not totally like me, but it's a piece of my story too.
It's inspired by your story.
Yeah.
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 Well then, yes, okay. That makes sense. I actually
Yeah.
thought honestly, I thought this was like just true story
It's close,
Right.
but it's more like things that are out of time
Okay.
that I just kind of
So
sewn
it's
together.
inspired by your story. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
cool. And it's also the executive producer, Ross Marks.
absolutely.
Very
Yes.
cool to have.
Yeah. I got to interact with him at Pitch Fest for Femme Frontera, and that's how we were introduced to each other. And
Oh,
that's how we
really?
became a part of this project. He offered to help us, and I learned a lot, which was really exciting. So, yeah, we
That's
have
cool.
an amazing cast and crew.
I bet. Yeah. And so for this in Femme Frontera Film Festival, uh, like because of your experience being there, because you went, like what can you say to those that have not been to the festival? I have never been. So what
Yeah,
can they expect?
it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of networking, but also making friends and getting to see some really awesome films. That's one of the things that I really remember from going to the festival was just the stories that are told there and just the people. It's really amazing. And then I remember laughing so hard at this one film. I can't remember the title off the top of my head, but
Really?
I follow the director's Instagram. It's just a good time and it's
Wow.
just a great immersive experience. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, I look
Yeah.
forward to it. The thing is, I won't be there the whole day. I'll be like, oh, I don't want to go through the whole story of why, uh, but I'll be there for the after party to meet.
Nice.
Yes, so yes, I'll be there.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything you'd like to say before we end on this episode to the viewers before they see your film?
Thank you for everybody who supported this film. I am still processing this whole journey. I'm just immensely grateful for everybody. If you are going to the festival, it is open to all. It's accessible to all. You just have to go to Eventbrite, reserve your slot for each individual event that you would like to attend, and
Okay.
invite your friends and family.
There you go. And for those that want to follow you and for your work, find you on
Mhm.
social media.
For the short film, we are WTMB underscore short film. And then mine is Helloe.n.Cole.
All right. That's the both Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
Cool. And then for those that cannot make it to see the film at the festival,
Uh-huh.
how can they see it?
Right now, we're doing a festival run. I'm still waiting to hear. So hopefully,
Okay.
we will have more festivals. And by the end of that, hoping to release it here locally in cruises and online for those who can't come to see it in person.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for that
And so,
information.
yeah, so follow us and stay tuned.
Yeah. And look forward to your future projects. I'm not sure what they are, but I know that it's going to be great. I'm just joking. I know what they are.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Everyone's gonna,
exciting.
that's, they're gonna be like, what is it?
I know. What is it? Damn it. I want to know. Tell me now. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say it's just been such a pleasure to have just to know great people out there in Las Cruces, you, Jessica, and just
Yeah.
so many that I've already come in contact with. And I just want to thank you for being a light of inspiration to those that are in the film industry and just here in El Paso and Las Cruces, just so who you are. So,
Okay. Thank you so much. And the same to you. Like, thank you for doing what you do and
oh, stop.
giving art, I'm serious, giving artists a voice to be able to share our work and our projects. I think it's really cool. So thank
Well,
you.
thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Yeah, the platform is open. So if you want to share your story, come on Rhythm and Roll.
There you go.
But all right, guys, we'll check out the exclusive interview, which will be coming out soon on Friday. And then also, if you'd like to like and subscribe to Rhythm and Roads, my Instagram is Rhythm and Roads Official. And also like and support on the podcast of the YouTube channel as well. That will be for the guests. So appreciate you. But thank you, Ian.Cole, for coming on Rhythm and Roads for the Femme Frontera Film Festival interview series. And thank you to Ryan Rocks for having me do this as well. So appreciate that. All right, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you, Ian,
thank you
for
for having
sharing, and
me.
we'll see you guys at the festival.